Hello, everyone. Welcome to my February bullet journal setup. While I'm getting started, let me introduce myself. My name is Christina. I love making videos about bullet journaling, stationery hauls, vlogs, and I also have a family dinner segment that I shoot with my sister Brittany and my friend Alyssa. So, welcome to the channel. This month's setup once again has a 70s inspired theme. If y'all watched my January bullet journal setup, it had a Polaroid theme, but the Polaroids had a swirl-like pattern that very much reminded me of the 70s. I'm just so inspired by this decade, the clothing and furniture, and I love how some of these designs are appearing in today's styles and fashion trends. I mean, the fashion trends, I don't know if I could really pull that off, but in terms of the furniture, I definitely see it in the ones I've been purchasing for my home. So I'm going in with my Micron pen and drawing out a peace sign big enough to cover most of the page. Inside the peace sign, I've doodled a bunch of daisies that pair perfectly with the shade of blue I'm using to color the peace sign. It is so pretty. My quote for the month is on the right-hand side of the page, "Make love, not war," which I found fitting because it's February. Valentine's Day is this month, and I still wanted this theme to be about love, even though the colors and drawings aren't very Valentine's Day themed. If you've been watching my bullet journal videos for quite some time, you all know I usually use a letter stencil for text. Just to make my life a little bit easier. It's easier to get a cleaner and consistent look when using a stencil, but when I went to the store, I couldn't find a letter stencil that resembled a 70s font. So I drew it, and I'm actually really proud of myself. This is huge because I always get nervous when it comes to hand lettering, which is why I prefer using a stencil. It just relieves the pressure. I knew exactly what font I wanted. I was looking for a thicker bubble letter font, but I didn't want it to just be, regular bubble letters. I wanted it to have that extra pizzazz that makes it look like it's from the 70s. I'm taking the same yellow marker I used for the inside of the daisy for the lettering too. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this, but you probably could already tell what kind of markers I'm using, but I'm using the Archer and Olive Acrylographs for this setup. This isn't the first time you all are hearing this. I'm always preaching about how much I love these markers. The quality and consistency of the ink are very similar to acrylic paint, so it's opaque. I made a mistake when I was drawing out the peace sign with my Micron pen that I shouldn't have drawn in the inner circle of the peace sign all the way. I should have skipped where the outer part meets the pieces in the middle of the peace sign. It's supposed to look like one whole piece, but now it kind of looks like two. So you'll see here that the ink is opaque enough to cover the black lines. If I were using another marker like Tombow dual brush pens or Crayola fine tips, I wouldn't be able to cover it up. Not that there's anything wrong with those markers. I use those markers all the time. I love them. They're just different than the Archer and Olive Acrylographs. I know we're only entering the second month of 2022, but I love this 70s theme I have going on. Now it's been for my last 2 bullet journal setups. So I was thinking, what if I made my whole 2022 bullet journal 70s theme? I mean, is that a thing where people stick to a theme for the entire year? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I like that because I've been doing a lot of research about that decade, art and fashion, and I'm feeling inspired again. I feel like I can come up with ideas and just truly have fun with all of the vibrant colors. And it's so funny, like thinking about what I'm doing now with my bullet journal because it's just so unlike me. I mean, when I first started bullet journaling, I was a little more reserved when it came to my color choices, but lately, I've just wanted to have more fun with my spreads. I'm drawing, coloring, and adding a couple more daisies in 3 boxes on the right-hand side of the page. They're for YouTube content, important dates to remember, and then notes. I didn't write it down immediately because I didn't know what I was going to use the boxes for, but you'll see it written at the very end during the flip through. The following 2 pages are dedicated to my habit tracker and goals. I realized I took a step back from setting goals in 2021. I think towards the end of the year, I felt this immense pressure to complete them. And then when I didn't, I felt guilty. So I think I left it out of my setup for a couple of months, which I definitely recommend doing anytime something in your bullet journal isn't working for you. Another common problem I see people run into with bullet journaling is the pressure to come up with these beautiful and elaborate designs every month. And of course, it's nice when you can come up with something unique, but if you feel this kind of pressure or a page isn't working in your setup like the goals page for me, then omit it or change things up. Even for me, there were a couple of moments last year where I either had artist block or I just didn't have the capacity to come up with a spread because I was so busy. So instead, I kept it simple, and there isn't anything wrong with that. I think it's crucial that our creative bullet journaling serves not only as a creative outlet, but most importantly, it should help us organize our thoughts and ideas. If you are still here, thank you so much. Over the last few months, everyone's support and comments have truly touched me. I feel all of the love in my heart, so thank you. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell. I usually post a video every week on Thursdays and Sundays, and sometimes a bonus video on Tuesday. I'm actually posting my sister's bullet journal setup this Sunday, and you all will see it's very Valentine's Day themed. So I'm talking reds, multiple shades of reds and pinks. So stay tuned for that. See you all next time. Bye.